Now we got to do this one here. Now once again, we got to look at the valves here on this side. Let's see. See how they're going up and down? Intake's closing. So that's about TD right there. That just goes on the other side. So we're going to put the valve in here.
Checking top dead center, right?
Piston's right there.
Okay.
I knew about where it would be anyway. So there's TD running the money. Let me go check this one. And this one you got an oil line in the way. Oil line's supposed to be underneath the starter, not on top of it. So it makes it really hard to do what you need to do here. Usually this is the hardest one. Not on this one. See, this valve's loose, I can just move it.
Do you always follow that same sequence, Pedro?
As in what?
The number that you're doing, adjusting them?
No.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You just happen to be on top center over there first, where I was showing you, so it works. Doesn't matter.
So that one was loose.
It was loose. I do that to rotate the pusher rod up to make sure it's not jamming the cup. It's tight. Try to tighten it some more to make it looser. That doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah, it does, because I understand.
Okay. I can just barely move it, but I can't go tighter. I'm too tight already. Well, yeah, I've hit the limit of how tight I can go and be comfortable. So we got to back it up a little bit, move it that far,
Together.
and then come back and tighten it. That should be about where I left off. Yep. And then I can go a little bit tighter now because I loosened it slightly. Problem is the oil line's in the way here, but and see if we just go a little bit more.
Right. I could see how that would keep them tighter.
And now we got the push rods just got some float in like we want. Now, if you put your fingers in, you can feel how it's dragging, a loose drag. You have to use your thumb thing. Feel like it's tight, loose, tight, loose.
Right. It's got like a little tight spot in it.
Right, the loose part's what I care about because that's where it's going to go to.
Okay.
Within reason. You can also go up here and do it up here if you want to do it up here. Feel it.
All right.
On
Yeah.
this one's a little easier to check there because you all this crap down here in the way. Like I said, this oil line is supposed to be underneath the starter so it doesn't get close to your exhaust here. This is your vent line. Come out the back, your cover back here. I don't know why you're not running it through like you're supposed to. Probably because it's real tight with another line
Yeah,
in
it
there.
was tight.
Yeah, but this one's supposed to go in first. So. Anyway, it'll work as long as you got clearance up under here. It makes it hard to do this, but it works. Okay, so now we got the 3 of the valves adjusted. Now we just got this real loose one. So this one here is way loose.
That's why I was running bad.
That's why I quit running this last time.
Yeah, I could tell it was that cylinder.
You might have the fuel liquid in the back cylinder from fuel wash too, maybe. Probably should have been a little bit wetter back there. See, we're only off by 3/8 of an inch. So.
That's a lot.
That's about all the valve lifts. So the valve probably barely even got off the seat before it was done. That's really hard on the valve train. It's like hitting it with a hammer every time it goes up and down. It's really hard on things. Loosen a little bit, and then tight. Okay, not too far. So now we go in between those 2 numbers I just did. loosen it, tighten it, and double tighten it. Now it's tight. So see if I get a little more torque out of it. Not really. That's all I really needed though. It only needs just a hair more. Let's see if I can force this in another hair. There we go. Feel that one? It's tight, loose, tight, loose.
I like it. Pretty cool.
Okay, so these are all adjusted now. Now for putting these back in, make sure your rubbers are down where they belong, your forks in this case. Slide this up in the inside, see up under here?
Right.
Up in the hole. I'm also pushing down here, we're in down here. You put the clip against the cover, go all the way up, push with your thumb, and then you take a medium style flat blade here and just go like that. And then, very important, rotate these two together. And that kind of
Make sure they're seated in there.
that kind of seats everything up, and if there's any little grit in there, it kind of push it off to one side.
Okay.
Obviously, if this is covered with dirt, you should clean it out before you take the covers loose. Now, a lot of times this cover here will hit on the fins on the back side and won't let you drop it down. Like in this case, I'm on the cork right now. If it does, then you get to walk it down. See, like this one, it won't go. Now I can try to pull it out with my other finger here. See where that third hand comes in. I don't think it's going to work on this one now. Okay, so this one we're going to have to walk it down.
Okay.
So walking down is just like it sounds. You walk it down with a fin. So you walk it down, keep the upper one up. And right now we're hitting on the back of the fin here. There, see how it dropped?
Mm-hmm.
If you force it, you just break the fin off,
Right.
which is usually not what customers like. See, once it's in, you're in, and drop it. Come back and rotate it, and you're good. So you got one easy one, one hard one. And these are the intakes of the ones that hit. Sometimes they all hit. Other times none of them hit. So that's what it wants to do. That one went in. Rotation. Okay. All right.